Prime Minister Viktor Orban held talks with Cuban opposition leader and human rights activist Oscar Biscet in Budapest on Friday. Biscet was given a 12-year prison sentence in 1999 in Cuba for allegedly committing crimes against the sovereignty and the integrity of the Cuban territory. All his crime was to raise voice against the oppressing communist regime.
Oscar Biscet visited the sites of Debrecen in the afternoon. The Cuban human rights activist said the air of the free world still feels unusual for him. The Emilia project, launched in his home country, raised its voice against the totalitarian communist dictatorship. The Castro regime put Biscet in prison for 12 years for demanding democratic rights for Cuban people. I am an advocate for human rights, meaning those basic rights like freedom of press, speech and religion, said the activist. He pointed out that those supporting his country's democratic struggles did not abandon him during his time in prison. He said that Viktor Orban was one of these people, assuming the role of his personal patron in 2007 and then recommending him for a Nobel Peace Prize in 2011. Thus, upon receiving his passport, Biscet decided to travel to Hungary first with his wife. When for the very first time I could travel abroad, my first trip was to Hungary so that I can express my gratitude to its Prime Minister and its people for the solidarity that I had got from them and for the solidarity we have been continuously given by the international community that appreciates our fight for a free Cuba, he said. Before his trip to Debrecen, the Cuban activist was welcomed in Budapest by Prime Minister Viktor Orban. At their meeting, they both agreed that Fidesz and the Cuban opposition movement are linked by their respective fights for freedom, democracy and the assertion of human rights.